fuck? Jesus Christ, man. I was looking down at my computer typing. I was not ready for that.
I was just waiting to do that to you.
You're such a dick.
I got overly excited. I'm sorry, because our soundboard came back up.
Okay.
That's all, dude. I wasn't even...
For the love of all that's holy.
Totally. Oh, God, I'm really sorry, dude. I didn't even think the consequences of that.
That
I could have
hurt.
blown out your eardrums. Literally blown out your eardrums. Okay.
Put the fucking mic on.
You want to ride longer? Are you tired of a sore and achy ass? Fix it with a high-quality butt buffer seat cushion. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Get hooked up now with our line of butt buffer seat cushions. Make 2025 the year that you say no. No longer will I have a sore and achy ass. No longer will I ride in pain.
Okay.
No longer, Lurch.
Usually this is going to be the year of yes. And you're like, this is the year. No, we're not having any sore asses anymore.
Achy ass. You got to take care of your ass. If you think about it, your ass,
it's quite
especially
important.
yours, it is, depending on your,
I think it's important.
preferences.
I think it's important to everybody. You got to poop, man.
Well, that's true. You do use it for that. But more than that, especially in your case, you sit on it all day. I mean, you rarely move.
Yeah.
Think about any...
you know what? Yeah, there was a day when I actually moved around quite a bit, but then once I promoted to lieutenant, man, that's a desk job. So that was 2 through 5, like the last 8 years of my life have been, between work and now lab work.
Right.
A lot of computer time, but I have getting better at standing up and working standing up.
Do you have your watch set to tell you when to stand up like I do?
No, I have all that shit
Mine
turned
does
off.
tell me to stand up, and I'm like, yep, you're right. It is time. It's kind of handy, dude.
I may have to enable that. I've got
that way you can see if you're
Watch.
actually standing up enough during the day.
True.
Because most people aren't.
I've got it set to where it only vibrates if I get a phone call or a text, because I hate it when people are constantly looking at it, especially when they're like, I had an instructor that would just keep looking at his watch every time it vibrated.
But people do that with their phone too.
I'm like, are we boring you? Do you need to get out of here?
Yeah.
I don't know. So anyways,
yes,
maybe I'll enable that so that I can increase my standing in 2025.
And you can see your steps.
I will say no to sitting on my ass in 2025.
Go. Exactly. But with that said, so the ass becomes very important, and you certainly want to protect
your ass,
your juicy ass.
Why is it got to be juicy?
I don't know. I just feel like saying juicy. It adds a visual.
That's gay, dude.
It might be. Yeah. There you go, guys. Make 2025 the year. It is the right year to do that. Now, I just want to tell you, speaking of asses, to continue on with the ass topic, so I leave, we're recording 3 episodes today. And after the last live one, I took my daughter to driver's ed and dropped her. Lurch was left in here to his own demise, his own workings, his own filth, if you will. I come in the studio from the fresh air and environment outwards of the studio, and it smelled like a fucking sewer in here when I walked in, and I about got the gag reflex. Lurch, sitting here in his own filth.
No, it's Louie.
And he tries to blame it on the dog.
That dog is disgusting.
This dog hardly ever farts. This dog, dude, rarely.
Whatever.
So the fact that you try to blame it on the dog. The other thing the butt buffer is good for is off the sewer here. Desk chairs, dude. We forgot. Dude, people use those like if you sit in an office and you're sitting a lot. Dude,
oh, that's fair.
I
actually was using
your car seat. Yeah, you were using it at home in the thing.
Yeah, because I got a nice comfy chair out in my man cave, but when I do work from inside the house, I'll sit at the breakfast bar and I got stools and I'll throw the butt buffer on there. Makes a big difference.
It does. It does. With that said, you won't want to smell lurches because it smells like filth.
Sex.
Hey, Bikeaholics. CVO 3D has a wide variety of innovative products for your Harley-Davidson and a brand new line for the all-new Honda Goldwing, named Gold Strike.
I like gold.
Top quality, affordable chrome lighting and comfort products. CVO Gold Strike are the motorcycle LED lighting innovators for CAN Bus plug-and-play system compatibility. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Check out our full line of CVO 3D products.
Oh, I see what you're going with that. It's like the medical commercials where they got to put all that shit at the end.
Exactly.
They ride off real quick.
I tried.
Might cause anal leakage.
Yeah. Hang on. Rewind that. Yeah.
You're like, I think I'll stick with the heartburn.
I just heard leakage. Did you hear anal in there? Because I only heard the leakage part. Neither sounds great.
No.
I'm just saying, if you hear either of those in a disclaimer at the end of commercial, something to be concerned about. So, adding shizzle and my nizzle to the dizzle in the sizzle storizzle.
For shizzle.
In the law, we're getting a little bit loopy. When you run 3 episodes in a day,
Get a little goofy by the third one.
People don't realize, dude, it makes your brain a little mush. I was driving. That was a good break. I was like, fuck, dude, you're trying to remember all this shit and trying to keep people entertained and try to be also informational. You're like, Jesus, dude. You think podcasting easy? Try marathon podcasting. I'll straight up lab. That's how we do it. Get them in the bucket so we can get back to some other stuff. But we're adding the shizzle to my nizzle in the storizzle all the time and more faster than we can promote. So we try to promote stuff here. Here's what I'll tell you. Get over to the store as often as possible. Search around because you'll see new categories, new menu items, new products. Now, we are not a big conglomerate like the big boys. Instead, we're a bootstrap company of bikers trying to help as many bikers as we can worldwide. We appreciate every customer. We will definitely take care of you. We live, eat, and breathe motorcycles. We will be able to answer questions that the big stores can't, because a lot of those customer service reps don't even ride motorcycles. We have familiar knowledge with a lot of the products in our store because we've, messed with them, fiddled with them, and or worked through problems, and we know pain points. So we're here to help. And so if you want to come to us, you want to support us, a lot of opportunities. Number one, hit up that contact form. We are a drag specialties, Parts Unlimited, Turn 14, Western Power Sports, all the big names and even more. We can pretty much get you anything those big conglomerates can. But we may not have it listed in the store because that takes time. But you can hit that contact form. Just ask us, and we would love to get one coming your way. It's a really easy process. We invoice you, you pay for it, we ship it. And we're shipping as fast as anybody else online these days. We have access to the same shipping services everybody else does, so you'll get it lickety split. Also, a lot of opportunities in the store, such as no tax if you don't live in Washington State. That's huge. Think about that. No tax if you don't live in Washington State. That's a huge saving. Over $100 order shipping is free, and it'll still be lickety split on your doorstep before you know it. And you mid-level and above patron members of Law Abiding Biker Media get your 7 days, 365 days, 24 hours a day discount code on any purchase, anytime, as you like, in the Law Abiding Biker store. A lot of opportunities and ways to save that you will not get with the big conglomerates. And we care about you. And the faces behind, and that we're trying to help bikers. So we so much appreciate your support. So next time you're going to buy something, think about it. Think about the savings you can get and think about helping us. And we will help you out. We got Oscar Lurch answering a lot of those emails for you guys. And they're more than happy to help you out and get something coming your way. Lurch, what do you want to talk about? A new product.
A new product, and something that I just became aware of because I have a 10-year-old bike, which I'm about to fix, hopefully this week.
Yeah, buddy.
On the new bikes, the 23.5 CVOs, and then the 24, 25 Road Glides, Street Glide Ultra, there is a potentially exposed water cooler line and wiring that's between the frame and the radiator on the bottom of the bikes. And it's tucked up there, but it's still, it could be accessible by a rock, or you hit some debris, it goes up there. if you flick something up in there,
especially because we do ride off road like we rode in Death Valley. We rode 10 miles off road in gravel and dirt and rocks.
And we're going to do it again in Canada. We've got a little off road.
When we pop into Alaska.
Yeah.
We'll pop in Alaska.
And we'll go up to a glacier.
Yeah.
So the skid plates. It's a skid plate that goes on the bottom of your Harley.
Not to be confused with Lurch's skid marks.
That's true. You've been waiting for that, haven't you?
I actually did. Sometimes I wait for shit. As soon as you said skid plate, I thought skid marks, and I had to roll with it.
Nice work.
Thank you. Consider myself a comedian.
In the dirt bike and adventure world, a skid plate is very common, right? Because you're going over logs and rocks, and shit's constantly being thrown up on the bottom of your bike.
You're high centering on it.
Yeah, you could high center or just throw a rock up and hit crap. Right. So you want to protect that underside of the bike. Well, you want to protect your Harley too, because if you throw something up and tear that water line or that electrical, you could be done.
Mm-hmm.
It could ruin your trip.
That'll ruin your shizzle.
We have brought into the store a Thrash and Supply skid plate, and it is for the 2023 and a half CVOs and then the newer 24s and 25s.
I will be putting one on the Law Abiding Biker 24 Street Glide in short order. Actually, as I look out, I have to peer out. I know it's there. Oh, I see it. Yeah, but still, you didn't move it. I have the Thrash and Supply one, and it's listed. Is it listed in the store at the time of this podcast?
It is.
It's already listed, so it's already for sale, but it's pretty easy to install, but nonetheless, I'll be showing it on a YouTube video and promoting it and putting it on my bike. We'll show you how to do that. Coming to a Law Abiding Biker YouTube channel near you. So stay tuned. Also, get over to their YouTube, guys. We've been doing this 14 years. We're putting out videos faster than we ever have. I say that seriously. Like, we are dropping shit. So get a way you can support us free. It takes 2 seconds. It's that one click of a mouse is to hit that subscribe button over on YouTube. It does help us, with search engine and algorithms and things like that. So really, really, guys, if you haven't taken the time to do that and you're like, thanks for your content, I'll just take 2 seconds and click on that. We would really, really appreciate it. So looking forward to getting that Thrash and skid plate on there. And again, coming soon. Got a podcast to do. I got a little chai tea. My voice was crapping out at the end of episode 2, so I think it's back. But I know we're back. I want to welcome you back, you freaking bikeaholics. This is the podcast for the motorcycle majority, the big MMO, also known as the
99%.
Large and in charge of the motorcycle scene more than any time in history. By being here, by listening, you're part of what we call the hashtag
Biker Revolution.
Lurch has just one question for you before we get started. What are you waiting for, bikeaholics?
Mount up and let us take you on another wild-ass ride.
There you go. Ryan Urlacher here, your host of the Law Abiding Biker podcast, and your
high-tech redneck.
There you go. We got a good episode for you guys. This one, so first episode today, which will be coming at you, Indian 112 Power Plus lineup. Then the second one we did, which was live for our mid-level and above patron members. We did that live chat with them. That was all about Harley and the 6 cruiser models, because to back it up in case you didn't listen to those two, or I actually don't know what order these are coming out.
Probably come in that order that you just mentioned.
There you go. I went to Vegas for a little bit, and that was for Indian to press event to test ride and review. Then I flew to Austin from there, and I test rode and reviewed the 6 models over in Austin. And while I was at the cruiser event lineup, night 1, they revealed, we knew going into it that there was going to be a secret reveal.
And I wasn't expecting this, I'll tell you that.
I don't think anybody was. No. They did a really good job, Harley did, at keeping this very secret. They've gotten better in that ever since the new Shark Nose redesign 23.5 CVOs. Somebody inside Harley took a shitty picture of it and put it out, and that turned heads in Harley, and a lot of shit went down, and things have changed, which is good. That leak stuff is bullshit, guys. Talking to some people down at the event, and not just Harley reps, but other media influencers and things. When you really look at something like that, the leaks, although it's fun for the public, and, number one, why does an employee do that? Number two, there's nothing in it. There's no money in it. There's nothing. It affects livelihoods. Like, these people have poured their heart. If you met these Harley employees and engineers in person, you would understand this isn't just a job. Like they are like, creators to a certain extent too. And they put their heart and soul, and they're so excited about the reveals and to show the world what they've done. And, and the investigations that go on internally, you're putting then people start getting interviewed because they're trying to figure out, you're putting livelihoods on the line. There's a lot more than goes into it than just a leak. So, Harley has tightened the reins, so to speak, within. So this was a big surprise. I think it shocked a lot of people. And that's what the episode's going to be about. They revealed a 2025 Harley-Davidson CVO Road Glide RR, and it is a race replica. It's a race-inspired masterpiece from King of the Baggers. That's what we're going to dive into. There's actually a lot more of that than meets the eye. The second part of the episode, there's some stuff going on with your Harley Hog membership, and what we have to tell you may determine whether you think you can make a decision on whether it's still worth keeping your membership. And a huge benefit was cut, which a lot of this stuff doesn't get put out. And I put a YouTube video out that kind of blew up on it because we investigated it over a month, and we'll discuss how I investigated and that kind of what went on. You might be a little bit surprised I wasn't treated so well. Anyways, I was kind of passed off, and I had to kind of go higher up to get to the bottom of this, but I did get to the bottom of it for you. So stay tuned for that. Now, we love our sponsors, of course, but there's no better time. We love our patron members. All right. And there's no better time than here in 2025, to get signed up as a patron member. It's very easy. You basically sign up, become a member. By signing up for a monthly subscription, you choose the amount of benefits or level of benefits that you want to receive. And there are a plethora of those benefits, such as t-shirts and stickers, access to the private Facebook group, a troll-free zone, nothing but bikers helping and connecting with other bikers in there. In fact, they're doing another ride. Is it in Texas? Yeah, they're doing another. The people...
There's about 4 or 5 around the U.S. that happen every year. And
those are non-sanctioned events. Yep. We're having one in Canada, which I'll get to in a minute this year, which is going to be great. But they're doing their own rides and own meetup events, and that are completely, we have nothing to do with. And that's all occurring. So get in there. You get your patron discount code. I already discussed that. You get access to live video broadcasts and chat, which we just got off the back of doing one of those. And it is so much fun chatting. And we have so much fun on those episodes. You get podcasts early weeks, if not months, before everybody else. These 3 we recorded today, all uploaded within a day or two to the patron account. So you can listen to them right in that patron account. That's a benefit. Premium videos up on request, access to those ride meetup and events, and to piggyback, and a good transition into that is the main ride this year for the sanctioned law-abiding biker, where we will be coming up to Canada. We will be on a 12-day journey all the way through BC, Alberta, up into the Yukon. We'll be dipping into Alaska. It's going to be epic. That's our Sworn Fee Motorcycle Club. Of course, all those guys that are with me are also somehow integrated into Law Abiding Biker Media, which is not a club. Just some people get confused on that. But the Sworn Few, the club I belong to outside of this platform, we will be riding. It's a trip, but we spend 1 day, and we have a connect up there. Shout out Larry Johnson, right? Yep.
That's correct.
And it's going to be about the greater Banff area. So it's going to be July 21st, 2025. Again, the sanctioned law-abiding biker official yearly event, ride, meetup, and event, July 21st, 2025, the greater Banff, Canada area. So you need to head over here now because it's expiring soon. lawabidingbiker.com/2024 meetup. No spaces, no dashes. That's lawabidingbiker.com/2024 meetup. The numbers 2024 meetup. You must get signed up before April 15th, 2025. That page will go down. We will not allow anybody to sign up after that. We will make no exceptions. The reason is this is a great event. We want to make it great. There are massive logistics involved. There are massive expenses involved, catered dinners and facilities. We can't have that. With that said, I also ask you, and our patron members have been good. Mid-level or above are all that can sign up. So you got to be mid-tier or above. We ask you not to sign up if you're just like, yeah, I'll sign up just in case I want to go. Please don't. And everybody over the years has been good about that, because we could end up with a way bigger facility renting that we need and way too much food. And it's not fair to everybody involved. So please, if you sign up, you're locking yourself in. We will vet you. You will get emails. And of course, if you have a family emergency or something like that, we get it. We'll understand, but we just can't have massive amounts of people doing that. Please respect that. Please understand that. So the cutoff is April 15th, 2025. You must be a patron member by April 1st. So you can't sign up willy-nilly. We want you to be involved. We want to get to know you. We want you to understand the community and what it's all about before you show up at that event. We want you integrated in the Facebook group and all that. So you got to be a patron member by April 1st. The cutoff is April 15th for the sign up, and there'll be no exceptions. Also, there's a name in here. Can you explain that? Those are the 3 patrons. I thought you had, we had no more.
No, we do.
Okay. All right. Well,
we had just enough.
Okay. We had just enough. Yeah. So we've got a few more patron members to thank, and Lurch is going to do that. Some of our newest patron members.
We'd like to thank Christopher Littleton, Jason Bennett of Granville, Michigan, and Steve Sappy.
Thank you so much. Some of our newest patron members. And we would like to get you signed up in 2025. You heard all the benefits. There's no reason to wait. It's simple. It's just a monthly subscription. And the other thing I'll mention now is, we're putting out more content this year than we've put out in a yearly capacity. Let me just say we're cranking it out. We're putting out the shizzle to your nizzle in the dizzle for your calizzle.
I don't know if you know what you're even saying.
I don't. It's a lot of zizzles. Okay. Anyways.
We might have to look that up, make sure you didn't say something bad.
Maybe. Could be. So there's content. This is a huge benefit of being a patron member. They have an app, Android and iOS. You can also just sign in on a web browser on your laptop if you choose to do that, or your iPad or whatever, but there's a beautiful app. I am putting stuff on Instagram and TikTok and X and YouTube, and we're doing articles on the website, and it's a massive amount of content, and not every piece of content makes it to every platform. And so here's what I'm saying. Everything we do that has 99.9%, unless it's just not important, like a picture of me snowboarding or something, that doesn't make it. But anything has anything to do with biker, a law-abiding biker media, I don't do a ton of personal stuff anyways on those accounts, but it all goes in the back end of your patron account, and you can go to the news feed for Law Abiding Biker, and the whole feed is there. And then you can see what we've done and see what's important. And if they're interested in something, and then obviously there's links you can click right through, and it'll take you to the YouTube. It'll take you to the Instagram short or reel. It'll take you to the YouTube short. It'll take you to the video. It'll take you to the website for the article and all these things. It's a nice, clean way for you to stay in touch with what's going on, and you don't have to go out to all these other platforms and or miss very important stuff. Like we've done important videos. I didn't even know you had a video on that. Yeah, I know, because you literally have to check all those platforms all the time. So it makes it really easy, a really easy one place, one-stop shop news feed. And of course, the other place I would visit, a lot going on, is in the private Facebook group. So as long as you have those two things, you can pretty much stay up to speed on everything Law Abiding Biker is putting out. So another huge benefit for that. And we hope to see y'all at the Canada. It is expiring soon. If you wait, we can't, guys, we can't wait, or we can't accept people after. It's a hard set rule. And we're working with Larry Johnson up there. It sounds like he's got 4 rides for Lurch to look over. Mm-hmm. And it'll be a nice ride route. With that said, if you're looking, you'll get emails once you're vetted and officially signed up. Don't worry. Information's coming. There'll be a preliminary email. But basically right now, if you want to plan for it, July 21st, Greater Banff area. You could even stay in Calgary. You want to come the night before, grab a hotel, come in the morning, whatever you want to do. Literally the events run essentially, I should say, not literally. Essentially, they run from, just carve out a time from 10 to 6 p.m. Usually we meet 10 and 11. We have a meet and greet for an hour. We go on our ride. We end up at a facility somewhere where we have a catered dinner and the networking, and that won't run any later than 6 because I already told you we're on a club trip. This is a one-day deal, and we wipe our hands clean. We have to, because we have miles to lay. We are on a whole nother mission, and I'm shooting a documentary film in the middle of it, which, by the way, I'm excited to say, for the first time, I've been doing documentary films for, at least 13 years. And most of the time, what we do is I do the documentary film. I've got 13 years of them free on YouTube now, but we'll make it and then I'll sell it for a year. And then after a year, I put it out free on YouTube. But I got to try to make some money, and it's peanuts. I'm basically working for 10 cents an hour if you really broke all that up. But it's something for my creation and my time. It's better than nothing. But so people purchase the film and then it puts out. But this year, Harley-Davidson, I am proud to announce, has decided to sponsor my Canada 12-day trip and documentary film. What does that mean? It means I can focus on creating and I don't have to focus on trying to sell the video or anything like that. I will have, resources, and I'll be actually getting paid more than 10 cents an hour for my film and my work and my art and my creativity. That's amazing as a creator to actually be paid for your creativity. That's huge for me. And that will mean it won't go for sale. It will go out. Everything goes good. We'll start putting out, it'll probably be a series, and we'll start it in September. And it will go and just come right out on YouTube for y'all, because I don't need to sell it because I've been sponsored for it. So that's huge to me. So yeah, I'm super excited about 25. It's starting out with a boom. Been to Vegas for Indian, been to Austin for Harley. They're sponsoring my film. Things are going good. God is good. And I got no complaints other than I need 48 hours in each day, not 24. And so does Lurch. I'm running him ragged.
It's getting to be a lot. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder how I know I don't always keep everything, on track. It's difficult.
I'll just, for the audience, that's a true statement. I don't mean to throw him under the bus, but neither do I.
I mean, we
both just laugh. We're like, oh, fuck,
we've got
dude.
systems in place. We track stuff through we got an app called Tick, that, we use to,
Tit.
We
call it Tit.
We lovingly refer to it as Tit, but it's it's a calendar, and it's got some other stuff,
organizational lists
thing, and yeah, it's very
due
cool.
dates. Yeah,
if you're looking for something, no affiliation, but if you're looking for something, Tick is a pretty good little app. We use that. We use calendar reminders, all kinds of stuff. But
Evernote,
so much going on, and we're getting so busy. We're probably going to have to, here in the near future, add another employee, because it's just, between running the business and running the store and trying to keep Ryan as free as we can to create, sometimes things get dropped around. Say, hey, did you do this? Shit, no, I didn't. Or we just do so much. Sometimes we can be 3-4 days out from a project and forget we even did it. It's just insane, but it's a blast, man. I'd rather be this busy than be bored. So
yep, I agree.
Good. It's all good. It's a good problem to have.
There's going to be opportunities, hopefully, here in the near future. We'll reach out to the community first for an employee of some sort. I am proud to say, and in fact, let's just go ahead and cold call him.
He's down there right now. Yeah.
He is. So we're proud to say that we recently.
Oh, sorry. You're going to talk about Matt.
Yeah.
Sorry. I thought you were going to talk about Oscar, who's actually down at the store right now.
No,
shipping.
Oscar's been, everybody knows Oscar's been an employee. He's down shipping stuff right now. But somebody we picked up in the last week, you're familiar, a lot of you, with his name. He's a patron member at first, and then he eventually joined the Soar and Few Law Enforcement Motorcycle Club, and he's part of that now. And he's been a longtime member and super awesome guy and very supportive of what we've done for so many years. Matt Haywood from Merced, California. Now, because I have so many videos on discs, we shoot way more than I can edit. I'm keeping a lot of the editing, because that's what I do, especially some of the more creative stuff that I need to do, documentary films, all that kind of stuff. But a lot of the tutorial stuff or real quick video stuff like that, I'm passing a lot of that on. He is, contracted now by Law Abiding Biker Media as a video editor, employee, if you will. And so he'll be doing some of the editing. So he's working on right now a very cool, very awesome video and high-end video that we shot on a Harley Audio Stage 2 by Rockford Fosgate install on my 24 Street Glide, both rear system speakers, saddlebag speakers, fairing speakers, amp, the whole shizzle, my nizzle and my dizzle. And that video is going to kick. And so he's working on that right now. We've got systems set up. So with that said, let's call him.
Thank you for calling Boner's Garage, where we service things other than motorcycles. How may I service you today?
Shizzle my nizzle and the dizzle.
You better tell him.
Yeah, you're being recorded. We're doing a podcast, but it's not live. He was obviously, Haywood was in the chat on the live, but I just announced. Go ahead.
Do I have permission to get off of my commode and wipe my ass?
Nope. Only if you're drinking whiskey.
Oh, well, we can handle that.
Right.
Absolutely.
Company policy, dude. You got to drink whiskey while you're editing video. Your creativity will come out, you know?
Yes, sir.
Hey, we just announced, but we just announced again. We did it on the live one, but I just announced we're happy to have you on board editing video. And I told them, which one you're in edit right now. So awesome, bro, to have you on board.
Well, I appreciate it, man. It's going to be a good experience. I think I might put your video editing skills to test.
Yeah, well, dude, I love it. You're already kicking butt from what you sent me. I got to look at that other one. I think you sent me. Yeah, you uploaded it to Frame.io, but I got to check that. We're podcasting all day. I got to ask you this. I know that you think you're editing mostly motorcycle videos, but I just uploaded some footage. It's bedroom footage. The old lady's upside down in a rope swing. Is that gonna offend you, or you're okay seeing that?
The biker bobble girl made it on the first edit, so I'm assuming I could probably sneak those other videos into your video premieres, so we can make that happen. Dude,
nicely done. You will. I don't be embarrassed when you see the size of my dong in those videos. It's enormous.
It's remarkably small,
and you might have to zoom out to get it all in frame.
You did tell me you like going fishing, so 3 inches is what?
Yeah. What are you going to say, Lurch?
I was going to say that hey, brother, I would say that a good editor is not going to be worried about the content. It's just the job. So if it's installing
it's professional
motorcycle parts or the old lady upside down a rope swing, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I get mine, all is good, right?
That's right.
Yeah, bro.
Paid for it.
No doubt, dude. But anyways, we just wanted to call you real quick, and we're going to get on. We're talking about the new reveal. Hey, you've seen it. Let me ask you this. So obviously I did a video on it, and I was down in Austin for the Unveil. It was a big surprise, the new CVO RR race replica. What's your initial thoughts on it?
That would look amazing in my garage, sitting there collecting dust. So I can turn around and flip it for $400,000 in 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Dude, see, that's exactly that.
Especially if they don't do it again. If it's a one-off deal and they only make this 131, it's just going to go up in value. A lot of people do put money in collector cars. This is a good thing to put money in too.
Yes, sir. I mean, I wouldn't mind having two. Maybe with my new job with Vlad Media, I can afford one.
Oh, for sure, dude. You're going to be rolling in dough, dude. It's funny because I did my video, and you make a good point that I want to capitalize on is, I knew up front what people were going to say because I see all the keyboard warriors online that don't really understand what Harley's doing and they don't really think things through. You nailed it. It's a collector's bike. 131 of them are going to be sold. It's going to be people that aren't even going to ride them near their full potential, if even ride them at all. A lot of, companies do this. A lot of manufacturers. It's really this bike. And I tried to say it up front in the video, and you still get keyboard warriors because they just see the title. 110,000 Harley's pricing themselves out of business. Fuck. Oh, geez. Oh, the world's ending. Oh, we're screwed.
Well, mom's basement is a comfortable place.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. As you know, that's where they are. And I just tell people up front, like you said, this is not for you. It's not for me. It's not for you. It is a testament to Harley-Davidson, their engineer team, what they're actually capable of to push the limit of performance and the parts that they made for this. I mean, it's all billet, it's custom, there's only 131 of them. It doesn't take away from their production line. It doesn't take away from their touring line or their cruiser line. They're still killing it there. But those are the kind of comments you get when you got the people in their basement, like you say. So yeah, collectors.
Yeah, I just got one favor to ask, Ryan. Now I'm officially part of the Lab Media team. When Harley decides to send you that bike or fly you out, I think I need to go with you to make sure that the footage fits the experience.
Dude, I like that idea a lot. And it's funny because me and Lurch already talked about this on a couple episodes, is although I'm very happy and very blessed that Harley and Indian fly me to these events and get me hands on these bikes. With that said, I tried multiple years. They do not like to pay at all for a second person. And I got Lurch out there a couple times, but we finally realized because they have a budget, and they're trying to do the budget and get as many channels as they can there. So it's very stressful. I would love to have a second person because it's a bit of anxiety, especially when you have to review 6 bikes and film it yourself in 2 days and when you're sick.
Right.
So
right.
Yes, dude. No, I get your drift, dude. I would love that. Not for you. I would love it for you guys, but I would love it for me more selfishly because just to have a guy to offload footage and make sure I'm getting my shot list, and I take it very seriously. And so it is these events are rather stressful for me too. I'm getting better at it over the years and realizing what I actually need and what I don't. But I wish I could just have 2 film guys down there. Then we'd be fucking going, dude. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Hell yeah, brother.
Faux show. Well, thanks for taking the cold call. Appreciate it. And
right,
love having you on board as a video editor.
All right, guys.
All right, talk at you.
Have fun.
Bye.
Don't get too drunk.
I'll try not.
All right.
Laters.
Bye.
So there you go. Great guy, guys. And I am very happy to have him on board as a lab video editor. I can't wait to see how many videos I can give to him and pound through them because we got so much content. Mm-hmm. And some of the content we shoot, it gets so old, even though we spend a day shooting, it goes in the abyss, and that's not good because it's really valuable content that I just am not able to get out to you guys. So, all right, let me, I've got to get an article ready here. Wait, no, there we go. That's what I need. It's all foobarred. Okay. I'm getting this article. Yeah, there we go. So if you guys didn't know, we are doing articles on all this stuff, very detailed articles on the website. If you're a guy that likes to read or you're in a place where you can't watch the video right away, all these videos that we release on YouTube, 99% of them get an article over on the website to accompany it. And the video's at the bottom for you, an easy click through. If you do get done with the article and you want to read, of course, the videos are way more detailed than the articles because you can just fit more in a video. You don't want to make too long an article, but there's links and things, and it's a good overview. So that's another thing we're doing that a lot of people, we've been doing that for years. So if you're not over on the website, go ahead and get over there and you can check those things out. This is all about, of course, the CVO RR Unveiled. Like Lurch said, it's funny because Lurch was, before this, if you watched the podcast or we did videos, we did an Indian Harley 2025 and a Harley and an Indian. And Lurch was saying he wanted to get he's ready. He's got a 15. You were ready to upgrade, right? Mm-hmm. But you were waiting on this.
Yeah. So I'm a year behind you in this whole buying the new bike thing. Going back to 2014, you bought your new Street Glide. I got off my 08 Street Glide, got onto your 14 Street Glide, went, holy shit, this thing is like a crotch rocket. They didn't, but I wanted to get a Road Glide. They didn't make a Road Glide in 14. So 15, I got my Road Glide. So it works out well for me when they do these major changes about every 10 years. You can go get the first model year and figure it out, and then I'll get one the next year. But that and also just some life things. I was trying to get some other things, finances squared away before I bought a new bike. So it is time.
That human saddle you bought was expensive.
They are not cheap.
Did you finance the human saddle?
And the GIMP was even more expensive.
Anywho.
Yeah, the scene was the GIMP's just sitting there next to him, and he's got his hand on his head, just tapping his fingers on the GIMP, thinking, "What a weird movie! It's fun. The more you watch it, the better." Pulp Fiction, by the way.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to buy a new bike, and I think what you're alluding to is we knew you were going down. We knew there was some big unveil, but we didn't know what it was.
And I told you, dude, they are not unveiling your Road Glide Limited with a new fairing. They're not doing it.
I was hoping because I've become a Road Glide guy, tall guy. I just like it for me. But they didn't have an ultra or a limited with the new fairing. So I was hoping maybe that would be the case, and I might decide to do that versus buying a Road Glide and putting all the detachables on. So I just was wanting to wait to this unveil to see what it was. And unfortunately, it's a Road Glide, and it's awesome, but it's a little outside my price range.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. It just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Like it's like 4 times.
$110,000. And the dealerships will be selling them upwards of 125 is my guess.
If not a little more. If they start getting bidding wars and whatnot.
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely. Because there's only so many out there.
If you guys think about this bike,
131 of them.
They're only going to sell this to, you basically have to make a plea to your dealer if you have multiple people at it. Like some dealerships are only, 131. So only a few of the top dealerships are going to get them only in the US.
And I'm guessing the top, they got some clients.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. They're going to be, you're the guy.
Correct.
Yeah.
It will. Yeah. Those long-term clients that have bought CVOs year after year will be eligible for this. It's not going to be you walk in with 110,000. They'll be like, no, we're going to sell that to this guy because he's bought 14 CVOs from us and he's way richer than you. So even getting one of these is near impossible. US only, street legal. It's as close race as you can get to a King of the Baggers race bike and still be street legal on this guy.
There are some cars out there, and I can't remember if it's the Ford GT. I think it's GT 500, but there's some cars out there where you actually have to like write an essay more or less to the manufacturer and explain why you should be able to have this car. And a lot of them come with caveats. You can't sell them for like 5 years.
Right.
So the cool thing about this, I'm not aware of anything like this.
No.
If you got the money, you can buy this, but it's going to be hard to come by.
Yep.
And if there's a few of you,
and even if you have the money, you may not be the guy they want to sell it to.
That too.
Yep.
And there could be a few guys with deep pockets, and you might start a little bidding war.
Yeah. True. So if you guys don't know what happens behind the scenes, so going down, we didn't know it was going to be unveiled. This was night one. We all flew in. I flew from Vegas to Austin. We spent 5 days in Austin. If you want to hear all about that, make sure you listen to the Harley-Davidson 6 Cruiser model episode because we have some things to say and some funny things that we did. But flew in. I was there a couple hours before dinner event started or this event. They do a meet and greet. They have their room set up. This was under a cover. And before we even walked in the room, there were legal agreements awaiting us as usual because we were put under embargo until March. I remember when I think it was 4th. We were allowed to. We were down there at the end of February, correct. And I think it was March 4th. The embargo lifted at 10 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. And so all the legal agreements, we are under embargo on, that's like the 5th embargo I've been under for Harley. And obviously I take that very seriously. I would never want to, not even in my wheelhouse, to violate anything like that. I'm so privileged to have seen this bike in person, unveiled. And so then they did it. And Kyle Wyman was there, factory race team, Harley. James Rispoli, same factory racer, Harley factory team. Jason Keel, who's big on the team. I always forget his exact title. It's my bad. But the race team guys were there and they helped develop this bike. We'll talk about, it's got a ride mode that was specifically designed by Kyle Wyman. It looks, if you look real quick, and you don't know what you're looking at, you'll think it's just a King of the Baggers bike, and it's the actual one it used on the racetrack. As you look at it closer, you realize, it has an infotainment control digital dash, it has a stereo system, but I'm telling you, when you see it, it's a race replica, like it's legit. And they say, we'll get into some of the details of it, but the race replica, and it is inspiring. And I will tell you this, it was in a room, a hotel conference room, all curtains drawn. They snuck this in a trailer and they snuck it into the hotel. They didn't even want hotel people to see it, any public. They just didn't want the risk of somebody snapping a picture, even somebody not knowing what it is. And they got it in this room, and we basically, after it unveiled, they talked about it. Again, go watch my video on YouTube, guys. It's a really quick 9-minute, and it's going to tell you everything about it and give you some really good shots. I had 10 minutes alone with it. And each person that signed up on the list, it was in order. And in between eating dinner and visiting, we got to go in the room alone. I got my camera. I got as many cool shots as I could for you guys. And then I did a voiceover explaining what you need to know without getting too stupidly involved with the specs. It's enough that you really have a good understanding of what's different about this bike and what makes it $110,000. I said in the last episode, if you look at a front end on a bike like this with the inverted forks, which we're going to get into, the brakes, the radial mounted brakes, the carbon fiber fender, the race wheel, you're looking at $10,000, $15,000 just for the front end of this bike. And that doesn't even move back to all the billet aluminum and the custom everything. I'm surprised it's only $110,000, quite honestly. The amount of stuff that went into this thing is truly amazing. It can be ridden. It can be toured on. It can be, it is, but most people who get it will not. Like Haywood said, it'll be a collector's item, collecting dust. Hopefully you'll put a cover on it, and it's a piece of Harley-Davidson history and a testament to what that company is capable of. If they wanted to, they would do stuff like this all the time if it was a production bike and it could actually sell and move, but they don't do stuff like this to this full potential because it's not a moneymaker for them. And I get that. They have a company to run. But make no mistake about it. As I looked at it and reviewed it and shot my footage, I got back into edit when I got home and I was like, fuck, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I was just trying to get as much video as I could. And I still see new details in the paint and the graphics and the thing. And I could look at that video multiple times and kind of key in on different things. It really is an absolute piece of art that should be respected. And with the understanding, we already said it up front, who this bike is for and what it was for. It's not a regular priced Harley. It's not a regular production model. So the keyboard warriors out there, you're on notice. Just, make sure you understand who this was targeted at and why, what the big picture is and why Harley was doing it. So the 2025 CVO Road Glide, limited production, handcrafted masterpiece designed for those who demand top tier performance and exclusivity. Again, who it's made for. Only 131 units, as we said, sold exclusively U.S. dealers. I know that probably pisses off some, but they had to make it street legal in the U.S. They can't make a bike to that caliber street legal in all states. It would violate a lot of countries' rules.
Those countries suck.
Yeah, exactly. And/or the killer thing is it's in all 50 states.
Oh, that's crazy.
The Republic of California, wow. It's even legal there. So isn't that crazy? But I guarantee if I got that mother trucker,
it wouldn't be long.
That exhaust would be gone. Because it's really good exhaust. We'll talk about that. But it has to meet sound requirements and stuff. I'd open that motherfucker up and I would shizzle my nizzle, my dizzle all day. That's all I'm saying, bro. So let's talk about, why don't you start this part? Because you know as much about, I got to see it and go around it, but the specs are right here. Why don't you go over some of that stuff?
Yeah, it's built on the Screaming Eagle 131 V-twin engine. That's what they're racing in right now on the bikes there. It's a Milwaukee 8. Ooh, you closed it.
I did not mean to do that.
That's quite all right. It's fine. It's got 153 horsepower. It hits that at 5,750 RPM, so it's up there. The power band is up there. This thing wants to run.
What I deleted there accidentally, the most powerful bike that production bike that Harley-Davidson consumer, basically, that Harley-Davidson has ever made in its 122-year history.
It's pretty awesome.
Substantial.
Yeah. So 153 horsepower, 5,750 RPM, again, high rever, 150 foot-pounds of torque. So not only has it got quite a bit of horsepower, quite a bit of torque. That torque comes in right at 4,750. That's the curve there. It's got a 6,500 RPM red line, which is higher than your standard Harley unless you tune it.
Right, yeah.
Yep. It's got the SE8 550 high-performance camshaft. Which
is the same cam they're literally using in the track bikes for King of the Baggers.
That's awesome.
Same cam. Yep.
Billet aluminum powertrain covers, so that enhances durability and weight reductions. Quite a bit lighter than the other stuff, and it just looks badass as well.
That's enough. We're done. Let's take it out. It just looks bad.
It looks badass. And then the performance tune Akrapovic titanium exhaust system, which is 50 state legal.
Right. Akrapovic.
They do a lot of
it looks good.
Racing.
Totally.
Exhaust, yeah. I believe Indian used them on something last year too. One of those little scouts or something.
Yeah. Take a look at it, guys. It is really, really good looking. 2-in-1 out the right side, 50 state illegal Akrapovic. Unbelievable. That exhaust alone, I already talked about the front end 10 to 15. I mean, I don't even know what that exhaust costs. So as we go around this bike, you're going to understand, that's why. And remember, these billet aluminum controls, mid controls, the billet aluminum primary, I mean, the swing arm, which we're going to, guys, that shit is like a one-off it wasn't, they just made it for 131 bikes. This wasn't a mass production thing, so it's really custom. That takes just the materials alone. It's all CNC'd. It's just unbelievable.
It is not mass produced.
Correct. Which makes it even more expensive. Yeah. Handcrafted. That's the good word. They are handcrafted pieces. The CVO Road Glide RR comes equipped with fully adjustable race spec Öhlins suspension, bringing factory race technology to the street. And this, they said, if I remember right on my video, this is almost near MotoGP front suspension. Like, it's just as good. Like, that's insanity when you talk about that. 43 millimeter inverted Öhlins FGR 253 Hypersport Superbike forks front. Screaming Eagle Öhlins dual remote reservoir shocks on the rear. And you guys know what I'm talking about. They're exposed. They're up over between the saddlebags and the fender. Gold. Go look at it. The forks are gold. Like, it's insanity to look at. Increased lean angle. This is near and dear to my heart, which I wish that they would make Street Glide and Road Glides with this. 36 degrees right and 35 degrees left, compared to like a standard Road Glide, or Street Glide, which is 32 degrees. A lot of people, the reason they don't do that is if you comparatively, a actual King of the Baggers race bike is like 55 degrees. So it's still not even close to that. The reason, obviously, they don't do that for consumer models is because if you watch the King of the Baggers guys, they have to tiptoe and they could only actually hold the bike up with one leg down and half off the seat. And they have to have people hold it up. When you get that kind of lean angle, the bike just has to sit higher and you can't even get your seat height low enough. So even they did a really good job, even at 36, at 35, it's still maintaining a bike that's manageable, on the street, where you don't have to have like my dirt bike where I actually start it and then I jump on it. I just get up on one peg and so I don't have to get my leg over it. You start losing that ability. Custom, beautiful, I must say. Aluminum swing arm, 10% lighter. Everything about this bike, it's 10% stiffer than stock steel version 2. Everything about this bike, as you're going to see, is lighter than a regular model, and we'll get to that. But all that billet aluminum, the swing arm, stronger, lighter. They're using race materials, stuff they use on the racetrack here. So weight reduction was a major focus in this bike's design, and I will say they extensively used carbon fiber composite, including the front and rear fenders, side covers, tank console, fork nacelle, and radiator shroud. Even the fairing, saddlebags, and lids incorporate an industry-first carbon fiber and Kevlar layup, making this bike 50 pounds lighter than a CVO Road Glide ST. That is a lot. Like, people are happy when you shave a few pounds. Mm-hmm. Fucking 50 pounds. And you have the most powerful engine street that Harley has ever put out on top of a 50-pound lighter bike. If you don't think this fucking thing rips, you're on notice. It rips.
Yeah.
Just straight up.
I just want to go back to that swing arm a little bit.
Yeah, please
do. It's a one-piece swing arm. It starts out as a 220-pound block of aluminum.
See?
By the time they're done with it, 18 pounds.
It's crazy. Yeah. Beautiful.
Not cost-effective in mass production, which is why there's 131 of them.
Yes, which is why those race bikes are worth, $250,000. Yeah. Stopping power, just as important as speed. And Harley didn't hold back. So we've got Brembo GP4 RX CNC front calipers. Oh, this is what I meant. I was saying the forks. This was, I might have messed up. The forks they're basically what they use in race too, but these are near MotoGP level braking. That's insanity. If you look at the brakes, that's probably one of the most beautiful components. If you go to my video on this bike, I couldn't stop. They're radial mounted and they're like chromed out, and they've got safety wires on the bolts, and it's just a engineering marvel to me. It's so beautiful. It's like its own piece of art. A CNC'd, unbelievable CNC'd front calipers, Brembo T-drive front rotors, huge rotors for massive stopping power. The same found on the factory race bikes. Rear 4-piston Brembo caliper for additional stopping power. Unbelievable brake setup on this bike. Lurch, Zero 3D has been trying to crack the ECM on the new 24 and new. We all love our Zero 3D stuff from previous pre-24 models. And we've been waiting to get this stuff in the law-abiding biker store so you guys have access to it. They finally did it. Tell me about it.
This is very exciting. We've been waiting for it. They found a way to connect the lighting to the new bikes. There's two options. You can use what they call the standard controller, which gives you run, turn, brake on your lighting, or you can go with the Light Strike Commander, which you can connect your cell phone to, and then in addition to run, turn, brake, you can add animations like stopping, and if you've got certain lights, you can maybe do like a Night Rider thing, which I'll get into in a second.
That controller can run multiple different lights, not just one, right?
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
Good.
And so the lights that they've come out with so far, first of all, I knew that there was a lot of room for improvement on the rear of that bike. The stock license plate frame and lights just kind of ugly and it sticks out there. They came up with a lighted license plate frame that replaces that. That's much sleeker. It's much sexier. They got it in black. They got it in chrome. And then moving to the front of the bike, they have vent lights for the Road Glide and the Street Glide. Little light that goes up, tucks up inside the vent. It's very subdued. They call it ghost technology, so you don't really notice it until it's turned on. Again, and that's the one that you can put animations on, and I hear that you can do something like a Night Rider.
You know I'm doing
back
Night
and forth
Rider
on that thing.
I'm all in. I love that show. Fuck yeah.
And then the goatee light for the bat wings, it goes underneath the headlight, replaces the plastic insert underneath there, and you can get that in black and chrome. It adds a lot of extra light to the front of your bike. And what else? I think that's it right now. Yeah.
I am excited to get this stuff on the 24 Street Glide mine. We will be doing videos on it. It's all listed in the Law Abiding Biker store right now. However, it's out of stock. They are ramping up production. As soon as we have it, we will have it. You'll be able to purchase in the store right now. There's no purchase button because it's not available, but go look at it, get ready. Here's how I would get ready. It takes time. They finally cracked this. They're an amazing company. They're engineering the way they have an eye for making not gaudy, but actual legit shit. 03D, I love them. They've been a longtime sponsor, and I wouldn't be in that relationship if I didn't believe in them, and I absolutely do. Like cutting edge stuff. Get over to the store, our store. On the right side of your screen, on out of stock products, whether it's mobile or desktop, there's a red box that says out of stock notification. Click that. Simply enter your cell phone number or your email or both. And the instant that comes in stock, as soon as Lurch puts it in stock on the back end, bam, you get an email with a direct link to go purchase that product. Be one of the first ones, because when we get it in stock, people have been waiting for over a year now for 24 and newer stuff, including me. And it's going to be available. And I guarantee a lot of other people are going to sign up for the out of stock. And I wouldn't wait on the email either. Click it, get through, purchase it, because it's going to go out again. And then it'll come back. It's going to take time for that to stabilize, because everybody's been waiting for it and everybody wants it. So just understand how that market works, guys. And production can only go so fast. It's going to be a yo-yo. So get over there, go view the products. Lurch will put them in the show notes. He'll put one link, hopefully to all of them, maybe, or all. He'll just put links to all of them. And anyways, you can go over to the store and search too, right? And search for those products by name.
You can. The easiest thing is just go to lighting and search 03D.
There you go.
Click through and it'll bring them all up. But I'll put a link to the collection, the Serial collection, and it's right in there. And it's not technically out of stock per se. It's not even in stock.
It's not even available yet. Right.
Yeah. So Serial's in the.
We're getting ahead of the game.
Yeah, they've got it on their website. They announced it, so we're not getting ahead of them. But we wanted to give you the opportunity to sign up and get that back in stock notification that allows you to know before anybody else.
Yep, and you're supporting us, guys. Same price, same fast shipping as you'll get it anywhere else, right? Directly from us. So why don't you jump into the cutting edge technology and rider modes on this bad boy? Again, I know it's a race replica, but they also made it. If you want to ride it, it's fucking ready to go.
Yeah, so so sometimes race bikes don't have any traction control or anything on them whatsoever. In fact, the king of the bagger stuff, it's all the racer is the traction control, right? But being that this is a street legal bike, the cool thing is not only is it a race replica and haul ass, it still has a lot of rider enhancements. So they've got some rider aids ensuring maximum performance and safety. They've got cornering ABS, traction control, drag, torque, slip control, vehicle hold control. So if you're stopped on a hill, you can press the brake, hold it down, it'll lock that so that when you give the throttle and move away, it's nice and smooth pulling off a hill. Tire pressure monitoring, which is on all the touring bikes. It's nice that it's on this as well. You've got selectable ride modes. You've got rain, road, and sport, but then you also have some customizable rider modes.
4 of them.
And if you're like Ryan, you just max everything out and have as much fun as you can. And then you don't tell your friend that's the setting, so that when he gets on your bike to take it down to the dealership, he's like, whoa, this son of a...
You hit the gas a little bit and you're like, oh, twitchy. Fuck, I almost rear-ended somebody.
Yeah, it goes. It's got a track mode. This was developed with factory racer Kyle Wyman for on-track racing. And then it's got Track Plus mode, which allows experienced riders to push the bike to its limits with minimal electronic intervention.
That's, if I got on that bike, it's the first mode I'd hit.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even test the others.
You'd find a way to get even more out of it.
Right, yeah, no shit, dude.
You'd have Track Plus mode.
Yeah, it's it would be so fun to ride. I know some guy, let me tell you this, guys, in my video I said I'd love to ride this someday, don't know if I ever will. I already went to Vegas, then I was gone for a week in Austin, then I was gone another 4 days in Austin, and if I would have went to Daytona, of course they would have let me ride it because some of the other guys got to ride it down there, but they didn't get to ride it on a track or anything really aggressive. They just rode it out on the road, which is cool. Don't get me wrong, but that's not really testing that bike. That's testing a regular consumer model is fine, but I'd actually like to test this in somewhere where there's not a lot of traffic or even a closed course to where I could really test that lean angle and really feel this bike. Not sure I'll ever get to do that, but it's a dream of mine. I would love to be able to do that, but I couldn't go to Daytona. It's just, I was sick. I was after this, I lost my voice the next day entirely. And I didn't have set up to even go to, I need to get home. I got a business to run. Again, I said, I think up front in this episode or the other one, these events are great and I'm so blessed to go to them, but they cost me money, to where, I got the rest of the business to run. So anyways, I would have loved to test it and would have had the opportunity had I been able to go to Daytona. They need to stop making all these events so close to, I get why they did it though, because the RR was then unveiled to the public at Daytona.
First race.
First race. Yep. So I get why they did it, but hopefully there'll be a little bit of distance between that so I can at least come home for a week and act like a dad and a husband. And then I can fly out again and go to Daytona. So hopefully I'll be there next year, guys. Lurch maybe too. So let's talk about race optimized ergonomics. I'll talk about this and then you can take the rest. Obviously built for aggressive riding, the CVO Road Glide RR moves away from traditional Harley touring ergonomics. And what I mean by that, guys, when you're watching the video, I was fascinated with the midfoot controls. Obviously, a regular touring has forward floorboards, not a good aggressive position for riding these bikes. You want to be centered up over them. You want, more lean angle without floorboards. All the reasons that you would have midfoot controls. They replaced the floorboards for increased lean angle, race-inspired solo seat for an athletic riding position. A moto bar handlebar with 6-inch risers for better control. And then the biggest thing you'll notice on the bike is a removable padded pommel on the fuel tank. If you don't know what that is, it's for riders bracing during hard braking and cornering. I want one. I want one on my Street Glide, honestly. I wish they would sell it as aftermarket park it. I literally would put it on when I was going to go up the canyon and corner hard. But it's basically a big, huge square pad that's kind of curved a little bit that goes on your tank. And they suck their legs into that. And so that when they're leaning off the bike, it gives some support, and that brake, it just gives you can lock your knees up against the tank in that pommel, and it just gives you that much more control. I do it just with a regular tank, but that's all you have. But if you have this, it's even more control and you become part of that bike. It is removable. If you're just going to be cruising on it or touring, that was a question that was asked, and it does pop right off. So there you go, the padded pommel on the fuel tank. That really gives it the king of the bagger. If you didn't already look like a king of the baggers, that right there sets it off. And why don't you go, let's do this real quick, Lurch, and then we will roll in. There's still a bit more about this bike, and then we get the hog stuff, but we got to do this real quick.
Ride longer and treat your ass with some respect already.
Oh, I respect my ass. Make no doubt about it. It's the shizzle and the nizzle.
Get hooked up with a premium butt buffer seat cushion. This company of bikers developed a super thin hospital-grade seat cushion made of solid and elastic materials, and it's unlike gel pads that'll leak if punctured.
My ass leaks sometimes.
The butt buffer is designed not to slide around your seat, fits all motorcycles, installs in seconds, easily cleans, and helps dampen those damn vibrations. With plenty of miles to choose from, they assure you'll have a comfortable ass when riding. Head on over to Law Abiding Biker Store and check out our full line of butt buffer seat cushions.
All righty then. So Talk about aesthetic and audio excellence, bro, and some of the other things on this.
Yeah, what's cool is they didn't just focus on performance on this bike. They also made sure that it sounds good and looks good. So it's got a Rockford Fosgate Stage 3 premium audio system. It's got the shark nose fairing with LED headlamp and seamless turn signals integrated into that fairing. 5-inch wind splitter windshield for better airflow. The paint scheme is really cool. It's racing orange paint scheme with a disintegrated bar and shield pattern. So if you look at the front fairing, the bar and shield looks like it's kind of almost like, because the bike's going so fast, it looks like it's just flaking off the bike. It's very cool. And it's got, you're scrolling.
Oh, sorry. I was getting ahead of myself, but I forgot you were reading off the screen. That's awesome.
Carbon fiber weave pattern visible underneath the clear coat. It's got a hog black engine finish with racing orange accents and gloss black wheels with red CVO RR laser etching.
Go look at the video. I'm telling you guys, you could look at this bike 3 days in a row and just keep seeing the paint. Like, how the fuck did they do that? It fades into itself. It's unbelievable. And that beautiful Harley orange, just awesome, guys.
It's got the eagle on there, screaming eagle coming from the tank onto the front fairing. It's very cool.
Yep. So there you go, guys. That's the Road Glide RR. Now we're going to move in. This will be a shorter part of the episode, but we're going to move into hog. So do you kind of want to tell the story, or was it me that first started this trying to get I think it was me.
It was you.
Yeah. So I'll start with this and then Lurch will jump in because he's part of this.
It's something that we realized last year was a benefit and just didn't take advantage of it because weren't aware.
It was too late.
It's too late.
We were
going to take advantage of it this year.
Yeah. So if you got we all know hog membership, you buy a new bike like I did in 24. Yay. You get the hog membership for a year. Some guys are like, they don't even know what that is. They're like, oh, they do nothing with it, like me usually. But obviously I wanted to dig into it. We got some information last year and the pamphlet came out this year. And we looked, one of those benefits last year, which we had already signed up, was King of the Baggers. And one of your benefits was for hog, and there are a few, but one of them was you got where you watch King of the Baggers. The only place to watch it live is MotoAmerica Live. It's with tax. It's like $108 a year. And I don't watch the rest of motorcycle racing, but I get it just for King of the Baggers because I want to support that sport. I appreciate what they're doing, all the R&D, that shit's trickling down into consumer bikes. And so I want to support it and I love it. If you're not watching King of the Baggers, I'm telling you, you're missing out. Like, it's crazy. Like Lurch knows, the other day we ran to the store. I was getting food real quick for lunch. I go, get the TV on, get MotoAmerica going. The race starts at noon. Wyman's are, this year, I think that was race one. So race 1 and 2 for the Daytona weekend, but it's exhilarating. I like both. Indians pushing it, Harley's pushing. I like watching both of them. You can root for somebody if you want. It's so exhilarating and fun, and I look forward to it so much. Really, guys, you got to get over there and watch it. Even if you've never been into bike racing, it's not like super bikes. It's so different. What they're doing on these things is so crazy. 160 miles an hour at Daytona, or 160 plus. So on a fucking bagger around a bank turn, it's so crazy looking. Anyways, that was the benefit. And so me and Lurch, what did we figure out on that? We're like, well, that's worth it, right? To keep your hog membership.
It essentially would pay for it. If you were to get the discount from MotoAmerica on the yearly pass for the King of the Baggers, the discount is it's give or take $50, and then you're renewing your memberships, give or take $50. So essentially, you renew your membership, you get the discount at MotoAmerica. Essentially pays for itself, and then in addition to that, you get all the towing and that kind of stuff. So we figured it was kind of a wash and be worth doing.
Right. And we had already signed up for MotoAmerica last year. So I get the pamphlet in the mail this year because I bought my Street Glide last spring, close to spring. And so the year renewed, and they're like, do you want to renew? Because I got it free for a year. And I'm like, I don't know.
Maybe.
So I looked in the pamphlet. I'm like, oh, shit. The pamphlet that they send me for 2025, MotoAmerica Live, 50% off MotoAmerica Live Plus. Bingo. I'm in, Lurch. So I go to the Harley-Davidson website. I sign in. I go to membership. I go to renew. I renew it. I pay for it. And I'm like, sweet. Now I'm going to go because it's MotoAmerica Daytona's coming up. This was a month ago. And I said, I'll go get my MotoAmerica because I need to renew that too. So there's a link. Interestingly, when you go to your Hardy account, it says you go to my benefits and all that, and you scroll down and there's all the different benefits, third-party benefits that you get.
Partner benefits.
Partner benefits. And it still says 2024 Harley, King of the Baggers, or MotoAmerica Live Plus 50% off. And they have a link, get started here. We were like, oh, that's weird. They just didn't update it to 2025, but it came out in the pamphlet. Did they finally update it?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. So it must have just happened.
They saw my video.
So absolutely. So
I know they saw my video.
Yeah. Yes, you do know that. It no longer shows on the website.
Yep.
But that is of just within the last couple of days.
We may or may not have the attention of the manager of Hog within Harley. We do. And we'll get to that. That's why that changed. Because as of just, last week, it had not. So with that said, I click through, get started. I go to MotoAmerica. It has the page, 50% off Hog member. Bam, click it, won't give you 50% off. I'm like, okay, maybe it's tied to my account. Lurch comes up with a good idea. Different email address, different account, starts a new account. Bam, still doesn't work. Not working. Call support, call Hog. I just went into this. I shouldn't have to tell people that I have a very large YouTube channel. I wanted to do this as a writer. I could have told them I have a very large YouTube channel. I have a very large podcast. I have a big audience. And of course, I wouldn't have got treated the way I did. But I shouldn't have to do that. And I didn't want to do that. And so I just went in as a regular biker, like you guys would have to go in and try to deal with Harley support and Hog. And as you'll learn, it was less than stellar. And there's been some actions taken, which I'm happy about. We'll see. So anyways, I went through it as a regular feeling. I got the runaround. I'm not going to give names over there. We recorded all the conversations because I wanted to have them in case I wanted to use them if it was necessary for a video, or if somebody said something happened and it didn't, I can have proof that how I was treated. They weren't rude on the phone. They just were not helping. And they also, we got off the phone and I was passed on to multiple people. Nobody knew what to do. It's not working. We'll get back to you. Never got back to me. Finally called back weeks later, on hold, the whole deal, different guy. They got a case number for me. Lurch remembers, and I have it on. I said, can you please, I just can't keep calling back and spending hours on this. Can you please have the courtesy of emailing me and showing me that you have a case number and that it's being worked on, and just give me an update? And his words were, yes, we will update you. We will email you. Yeah. 2 weeks more. Still not working. Trying it every other day. Me and Lurch, still not working. Nothing fixed. No communication. Just completely threw me out to the wolves. And they're clearly not going to help me. I don't like doing this, but I don't like just jumping to, I have Harley reps. Obviously I have connections that have ears and high up in the company, and they can make things happen, but I shouldn't have to do that. You as a regular biker, that's why I didn't tell him. I'm like, I wanted to experience this without having any clout of having an audience that I could put this out to. And I just wanted to see how it went. And they kind of stumbled on this one. And again, Hog is just a section of Harley. It's a department within the larger organization that handles the Hog membership. It is a part, it's not a third party. I asked that on the phone. Remember, Lurch? I said, are you actually employed with Harley? And they are. So I'm down in Austin. We're at lunch during the press ride and event. And I had the ear of somebody. I don't mention names. It's not necessary. He's a really great guy. And I said, here's how I started the conversation. I said, listen, I know that you have way bigger, important things within Harley and fish to fry, but I do want to tell you about this because I think it's a public relations thing, and I don't think it's a good look for Harley. And I want to give you the courtesy of telling you what I experienced. And so I just explained to him everything I explained. I said, it came out in the pamphlet. It's still on the website. It doesn't work. Nobody will help me. I want to promote Hog membership, but I can't. It's hard for me when this kind of stuff goes on. And I said, again, I'm sorry. I know that you have more important things to do. And he goes, send me an email with all the information. I'll get to it ASAP when I get back. I said, okay. So we went on the test ride. I got back to Washington State. I finished editing and releasing the video. I didn't jump on it right away. I sent him a detailed email of everything I just told you guys with names, case number, everything. And, within 24 hours, it was resolved. I talked to him and resolved in the sense that I got an answer. And basically, they said that the hog people didn't know what to do. So they didn't get back to me because they didn't know what to tell me. That's not a great deal, but at least it's honest. And that they looked into it, and that they somehow also, I reached out to MotoAmerica, zero help.
Nada.
Those sons of wouldn't even talk to me, and that's bullshit. When I pay for their service, if I didn't support King of the Baggers so much, I would not support MotoAmerica because of that.
How hard would it have been from them to just say Harley didn't renew this year?
Correct.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
Take the time to answer.
We apologize. That's Harley. The hog should have just, we apologize. We didn't renew. We dropped the ball. We know it's went out in the pamphlet. We're going to do this to help make it right. We realize it's our mistake. We hope not to make this mistake in 2026. Fall on your sword and just communicate with me. The worst thing you can do, even if you give somebody an answer they don't want to hear, we've learned this, is just ditch them. Nobody likes to be disregarded. That's customer service 101. Even if you got to tell them, even if you can't make them happy, like, no, we can't give you that part for 50% off. I'm sorry. Just ditching them and not answering them is way worse. People understand when they don't get an answer to a certain extent that they want, but they don't forget being disregarded and put aside. So with that said, I'm not angry. This is a department within Harley. Everybody make mistakes. Customer service can always look at what they've done and improve things. And that's what we hope happens here. They didn't renew with MotoAmerica. Something got dropped. And so we did the video. I didn't tell Harley. I actually told my rep at some point I was going to do a video when I was down there. I said I wanted to do a video on it in the first place to promote King of the Baggers, but it's not working. So if it can get it working, I'll promote it. Well, now I can't promote it. You can be constructive and tasteful and that's why you always get honest here, guys. Yes, I get invited to these events. I buy Harley, but I always tell you when things can be better. That's what we're here for, is in my opinion, as press, as influencers, is not just to, gawk and say everything's perfect. It's not. The company can still improve. And I think this is an area, and I think they're willing to improve in this area. And I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But even the time, so I put out a video, it was a live just down at the store. I called it Ryan's Story Time. Is hog membership still worth it in 2025? That video blew up, got a ton of comments. So much so that we are now, I got a text in the morning. Again, I don't reveal all this stuff. It's not necessary. These are really good people and they care a lot about the company. They care about the brand. They're bikers. They're just like us. I've had drinks with these are really, they have families, guys. When you think about Harley corporate, the employees within and the people that do that, let me tell you, I become friends with these people and they want the best. And I do videos like that, whether anybody likes it or not. I didn't trash. I did like here. I did it tastefully. It's just something that came up and it needs to be fixed. And at the time I did the live video, we actually opened the website. And even though they knew, the hog people knew that it was wrong on the website still, they left it up there, the 2024, and still left it not working. Well, as of the podcast today, which is like a week later, they saw it. I know they saw it because I got a call from somebody in Hog the very next morning. They gave me like $15. You can get cash credit in your Hog membership. You can get points, which I didn't do it. I don't want the money. I didn't do it for any of that. I just did it to get my benefit and to try to sort out the answer. Well, she called me. They did give me $15. So thank you. And said you could use it for a weekend pass MotoAmerica for Daytona. You can get just a weekend pass for like $13. I'm like, no, I already subscribed to MotoAmerica because I support King of the Baggers. So I listened to her message. I saved it. And, they apologized. They didn't renew and all that kind of stuff. So it was fine. But look what it took to get that call. That shouldn't have happened. And I clearly forgive. I don't hate him. I wasn't even mad. I was disappointed because I expect better from customer service. We do a lot of customer service here and we expect better than that. And so I also, within that next day, I got hooked up directly with, I'm going to get hooked up. I have not talked to this person yet with the actual, because the video blew up and clearly people saw it and realized it should probably should do better. And so I got hooked up with the Hog main guy that manages the whole Hog program. And actually don't know if it's a guy or a gal yet. It's just a person. And I'm going to get connected with them. And we are going to talk to them. I'm hoping we'll get them on a podcast episode. I'll at minimum do a video about it, about what I learned. But with that said, we really want to give them a chance. And the episode's really not going to be about what already happened. That happened. What I want to know is, I went over the benefits in my video, not just this one, but that benefit got cut. But there's a lot of other benefits. We're not going to do it in this episode, but you've got hotel, towing, you've got points, miles. You can actually get your Hog membership for free if you ride a certain amount of miles. There are a lot of other benefits. That's not for this episode. That's going to be for that episode and or the video, and probably I'll do both. And I really want to make sure I understand how the best way for you, because that's what I do. I'm asking for me, but I'm also asking for you guys. What are the benefits? How do you use your benefits to the fullest? Is it worth it? You're paying $60 for a membership a year unless you ride enough miles. Apparently you get it for free. We're going to learn that. Part of their campaign this year is ride. Get out there and ride. Lurch is going to tell, I'm going to let you talk too, because I know you have some stuff to say. But in the interest of time, I kind of just rolled with the ball, because we do have we got a club meeting we got to get to.
Hard out here in a little while.
Yeah, hard out. But we as good as a hard on as a hard out. Where was I? Oh, so we're gonna
benefits and how to use them to their fullest potential.
How to use them to their fullest potential, and make sure we're not missing anything, because I think it's a good program. I really do.
And I think there's some stuff that folks don't know is available to them to use. So
I think it'd be very
informational.
I said that on our video that we did, the live video. Go watch it. I said, Harley, unfortunately, the Hog thing is kind of, to me, a little bit went by the wayside. And I don't want it to, because I think it has benefits. Obviously, there's community involved with it. We're going to get into that. There's a lot of Hog chapters and a lot of meets and fundraisers and poker runs. There's a lot more to it than meets the eye. I just want an expert, and who better to be an expert than the manager of Hog? And so I can really have him relay, or her, what it's all about, what they want to get out. And that's something I said in the video, is they're not very good at doing that. Harley overall has a wonderful marketing department these days, and they do a good job with that, but Hog doesn't get talked about. And when you do have a new benefit like MotoAmerica, like last year, you should get an email on that. Like, they should promote that stuff. The only way you know your Hog benefits is if you once in a while you go in and look at my benefits and look at the third-party benefits, and those change all the time, and nobody notifies you of that. Like, they switched from Hilton or West Western to Hilton. Like, nobody told us that. They just need to really ramp up, I think, in Hog if they want that program to really be successful and long-term, and really let the members know, like, here, don't forget to use this. Don't forget to use this. They didn't have interesting... as good a benefit as MotoAmerica was, they only had like 50 takers on that, because, and I said in the video, I said, that's because they don't advertise. Nobody even knew it was a benefit. Literally, you have to either look at that pamphlet, but which nobody hardly does anymore. You have to do that online. You have to send emails, put out a video. That's what I would do. My suggestion, I'm going to suggest it to the Harley Hog guy, do one video on 2025 Hog benefits and the best way to take care of them, and send an email to all Hog members with a link to that video. That's all you would actually need to do. And so that we would be like, oh shit, you can do that. Oh crap. That's cool. Anyways, I'm really happy that Harley's taking it seriously, and that's what we do here. I look forward to getting hooked up with this guy. I'm really pleased, overall. This is one little thing. Harley's doing a bang up job with everything, and you're just any company, we've failed before. Law Abiding Biker Media has done things and we're like, that wasn't the best probably way to handle, you just have to learn from it. You have to be willing to get better. We're not perfect by far, and neither are they. And hopefully this public relations thing that we're going to do with them will really help spread the word on Hog, and really let you know whether it's worth it to keep your Hog membership in 2025. Go ahead, Lurch.
Talking about the ride, it's called Ride 365 this year. And basically you get points. You get a point for every mile that you ride. and up to 15,000 miles in 2025.
I didn't mention this in the video, and somebody brought it to my attention, so I'm glad you're going over it.
So it's $150 value. So you can, if you ride 15,000 miles in the year and you log it, basically you have to go in and get your mileage checked right now.
Which we're going to do.
We're going to do that. And then you get to the end of the year and get it checked, and up to $150 value. So that's where you can get basically your membership free. If you earn $150 in points on your membership, you can just pay for your membership out of that.
Right. So that's really good. And somebody brought it to my attention. And again, that's just because it's not well advertised, but that is a huge program they're running. It's I am sponsored this year. Did I say that in this episode? We did 3.
I believe you did.
I'm sponsored this year for the film. It's going to be great. And part of that sponsorship is they're promoting this ride. They want to get people out. They want people to put on miles. They want you to get out and experience the road. That's all part of their promotions this year. And so we're going to get our mileage checked, because in that documentary film, we're actually going to stop by several dealerships up in Canada. Because why do we stop? We're still learning all this because they need to check our mileage, right?
You need to log your mileage on the bike so that they know how many you've put on.
Right.
So you have to go to a dealership. You can't go to a t-shirt shop or nothing. You go to a dealership. They will take and log your mileage. We're
going to do that several times on our Canada trip. We have it in our ride plan twice, where they'll check our mileage again and again, right? Yeah. You stop in, okay.
But at minimum for this, you have to do at least twice a year.
Okay, at least once in the beginning, at least one at the end.
Yep.
We'll be stopping by some dealerships in Canada. We need to call those dealerships ahead of time too, so they know we're coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's also some, they call it, what does it say here? Unique, not trinkets. I'm not trying to think of the right word, but every 5,000 miles, there is an opportunity to get some unique rewards. So
okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to go over all the benefits. That's just light. This is a long enough episode. I'm really working on that, and I hope you guys look forward to that episode and a video with the manager of Hog. And we'll see what transpires of that.
And Louie just crapped his fur again, and he's right here at my feet. I wish he'd go over to your side of the table.
I'm blowing it your way.
Good God.
All right. We appreciate our patron members. We want you to become a patron member because, hey, by giving, essentially money to support us, you're getting a plethora of benefits. And you get the private Facebook group. We get to know you better. You get access to events. You guys know a ton of benefits. But hey, whatever reason you don't want that involvement and you just want to leave a flat donation, we never balk at a flat donation. We want to thank the following people.
We'd like to thank Willis Tulunga of College Park, Maryland, Hugo Andrus of Lexington, Kentucky, and Karen Cavan of El Paso, Texas.
Thank you so much for the flat donations, guys. We appreciate it. lawabidingbiker.com/donate. Or go to lawabidingbiker.com. There's a donate button on the homepage. At any rate, it helps put a little fuel in the Law Abiding Biker gas tank.
So we can keep this thing running on down the road.
There you go, guys. We appreciate you being here. And it's been a long day. All day. From morning till late afternoon. It's like 6 p.m. here. 3 episodes, 1 live. And we got to get back to other stuff tomorrow. It's a crazy busy week. But now we're going to go, we've got a club meeting we have one once a month. We have a mother chapter club meeting for the Sworn Few Law Enforcement Motorcycle Club. We're going to have a beverage and some chicken wings and visit
some fellowship.
Yeah, it's a nice end to today.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm exhausted. But we're getting them in the bucket. That's what we do, batch process, and some really cool videos coming your guys' way. And that's all I got to say. I still have a voice.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
It's a good thing we took a break.
I did have the chai tea. I was. The chai tea helped for sure. Now I'm going to switch from chai tea to a IPA of sorts.
Nice.
We're having our meeting which is the first. We usually have them at more local places. We're doing a chain this time.
Yeah, we're doing the Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
We got on the topic of chicken.
I like a little more quaint places, but this will be fine.
Yeah, we'll try something different.
Yeah, we'll try it. I make better chicken wings, honestly, but for a chain, it's okay. I'm not gonna lie. I don't say a lot about my cooking, but my chicken wings kill theirs. Air fryer, my sauce, dude, fucking legit, dude.
Good to hear.
But I will say one thing about Buffalo Wild Wings. It's way overpriced for what they give you. You're like, holy shit, for chicken wings? Are you fucking kidding me?
Not cheap.
But whatever. I'm not trashing.
Just trying to try something different.
Whatever. We usually go to like local breweries and places, and I'm a member at the Elks. So we go in. I wear my Elks hat, my red Elks hat, and I salute at the front door, and I don't. But I am an Elks member for the golf. And Elks is a great organization. They do a lot of good things. I'm just not very involved. I'm a member on paper, but because of that, we can eat at their cafe, their dinner, which is really cool. All right, guys, I'm done. I got some chicken wings and some fucking beer to drink.